anyone who picks up this book, Open Leadership, and thinks that it is a guide to Twitter and Facebook and MySpace and other of these will be sorely disappointed. This is not a guidebook to social technologies. It is a book about systems, and it's a book about leadership. And before I begin looking at the presentation outline, I just want to say a few things about, in overview, what this is really all about. It really is about leadership, and the message is that leaders have to let go to succeed. Leaders have to let go to succeed. And the problem is it's very difficult, she says, to find a leader who isn't aware of these social technologies. And difficult to find one who doesn't understand the benefits of them, uses them personally, and so forth. She said the problem is are they ready to jump to the level where they could expose their company to risk? And that is the level that you have to go to, she says, if you want to display open leadership. The question isn't whether you're going to be transparent or authentic or real, but how much you're willing to let go to be open in the face of new technologies. This is what here says that open leadership is. It is having the confidence and humility to give up the need to be in control while inspiring commitment from people to accomplish. So in the book she talks about 10 elements of openings, and thus there are 6 parts of information sharing and 4 parts of decision making. And the 6 parts of information sharing are explaining, that creates buy-in; updating, that captures knowledge and action; conversing, which improves operations; open mic, encourages participation; crowdsourcing, solves specific problems together; and platforms, set standards and shares data. Now, she talks about that those elements of information sharing will operate with 4 types of decision making. And she says open leadership can work with all 4 of those: centralized, democratic, self-managing, and distributed. Here's what's true. First, people engage with your company and brand whether you want them to or not. And they do it all over the internet. In fact, they are likely not to be doing these activities specifically on your website. To engage with them, you'll have to go to where they are, places where you have no direct. Now, the term I want you all to remember from this book, and it's how you fool somebody, you read the book yourself, is the term sandbox covenants. And what she says is that these are not really policies and procedures and rules, but she makes a metaphor of a sandbox. You have to build walls, and you have to decide how big the sandbox is, and you have to decide what happens when sand flows out of the box. And she says if you don't have some structure to all of this openness, things can get out of hand. And so she says in a way it's kind of contradictory to structure openness. But if you don't have rules, there are problems. And this book is about systems. It's about how the social technologies work for you. The key is to let go. It is it's a fascinating book. Those of you that like groundswell will really like this, and I think she is a very, very smart woman and a great professional author. I hope you enjoyed that synopsis of open leadership.